Well, good morning. I know I'm late, but I had things to do. That's the problem with doing this stuff like this. I'm gonna try doing it live for a while, one weeknight a week, and the downloads will just be sporadic, I guess, because I'm not getting many viewership. I've got 8 subscribers, and I thank those guys a lot. But I'm trying to get out there to a few more people. We'll have to think about it. And if you think, I'm also thinking about changing the logo from the ape giving the finger to the world to something else. So if you have an idea, let me know. All right? Now, let's talk a little football. Very interesting playoff games today. There's been a lot of controversy about the refereeing, and there always is. There's always been since I started watching football. People have, because in my mind, if you're going to fix a game, the easiest way to fix a game is to use the referees. And since the biggest bet going on now is the over-under, there's a lot of action on that. That bet is in conjunction with other things, but in parlays and whatnot. But it's a very active game, I guess you call it. Anyhow, it's one of the easier ones to fix. I mean, there was a play where in the Eagles game, was it last weekend, when Barkley fell down and said supposedly cost bettors millions of dollars because he didn't score. That's an over-under bet or something else. Those are things that it's a yardage bet. Those are things that you have to watch. I don't believe that the football is honest. I don't believe that their private security is the best way to defend itself against the criminal infringement on it. I think that they're just too cocky, I mean, I get confused. You talk about that, and I sit around and I talk about how does a 35-year-old tight end that doesn't look like he can move that fast end up being open all the time? It just doesn't make any sense to me, that touchdown where he was falling down. I'm not saying Mahomes can't make a pass like that. It's the fact that Kelsey's standing there trying to, kind of like, okay, waiting for the ball to show up, and that's kind of strange. But what are you going to do? I think there's going to be, like I said yesterday, or I think it was yesterday I said that, pardon me because I forget easy, that this game could go, that particular game could go several different ways. I mean, it could be a Buffalo wipeout, which I kind of doubt. A lot depends on the temperature and the weather conditions. The other is that it could be a tightly officiated game, which will be a long, boring game. And it's an evening game, and I don't like those games because I like to get some sleep at sometime during the night. So that could be one, or it could be just a really great, exciting game, which is what I'm hoping for. Where they don't call a lot of penalties, they let a lot of things go, which will upset a tremendous amount of people. But it looks like, from what I'm watching, it's quite possible the bookies are losing their grip on the gambling industry. So I don't know what that's all about. There's more online betting and stuff like that, legal betting, and that legal betting is great for the tax bureau, till people learn how to make a bet so that they don't have to repeat, it doesn't automatically get recorded and sent to the IRS and whatnot. And most of those online betting sites are offshore anyhow, so they're hard to track. They don't stay still, Although we have the technology to tell you where they are within inches, really, if they really want to. They're not. But that's the big. That's the big thing now. Encryption. How to hide. How to hide on the internet. That's a very big thing right now. It's I guess the next big investment in the internet, because the government knows how to hide. The government's watching you. I'm pretty sure the government watches all the time. But what they did is what NASA did. It's not NASA. It's the other agency that does the. Alright, never mind. But anyhow, they have an ability to what they do is they program computers to pick up specific words, and they kick out that message because those words show up in the message. Email, phone conference. They monitor every phone conference. The NSA, that's the NSA agency, monitors just about every phone call in the world, almost. And what they do is they kick it out, and some college grad goes and looks at it. You know, some smart kid goes and looks at the message. And is it a simple message just for you because that word is in it, you know? Or is it some sort of secret code or something? You know, they'll check that out, you know. There's no such thing as the perfect encryption. It may be for a month or two, but then somebody will break it. They do it because they want to, because it's a challenge to them. There are people out there that's what hackers do. Hackers do it for money, but they do it because it's also it's a challenge to them. You know, they enjoy the challenge more than anything else, to prove they're better than everybody else. I mean, that's the only thing they can do. You know, you can look at some of these hackers that sometimes, you know, they're not movie stars. You know, they're average people, fat, short, good looking, bad looking. You know, so it's a way for them to gain self-esteem. It's something that they can do better than anybody else. You know, hackers don't hack every day. Hackers make enough money in a hack that they don't have to work for 5 years or something. Sometimes longer than that. They don't have to work again ever if they don't want to. You know, this is hacking's a different kind of job title. You know, but that brings us back to sports. Now, these sports sites can be hacked. Odds can be changed without the knowledge of the organization, you know, sometimes, you know. Or a bet can be placed at the last when it's not supposed to be placed. That's what they do, you know. That's how it works. That's a hacker. And they're good at it. But you see these things called collectives and whatnot, because a lot of what is done takes more than one person to do it. It's that's why they don't do it every day, because you have to write a program that's everything and get ready, and once you fire it up and do it, if it's not done properly, then they can be found, and they don't want to be found. You know, but they can be found too, just as easy as everything else that's going on in the world. You know, that's the strange thing about it. That's the fascinating thing about it. You know, they're good at it, but they're not that good at it. It's like, how do these people set the odds? You know, well, they have every bit of information. There was the show on one of the CSI shows or something had how they do it. He says there's a number inside a game, and this guy will go out and he'll get all the information from who's sniffling, cold, cough, mood, bad marriage, good marriage, drinks too much. They know everything they possibly know about the players, and they pick a number saying, well, this team should, maybe we'll win by this much, maybe it won't, but there's a number, you know, and you can either take the points or give the points, depending on your own personal point of view. But that's what they do. They're not telling you who's going to win the game or anything. They're telling you that this is what the differential should be between the two teams. The Chiefs are 5-point favorites over Buffalo. I don't know whether that's the actual spread. I haven't looked it up. But say the Chiefs are a 5-point spread. That means the Chiefs have to win by 6 points in order to win the game, to win the bet. Or if they win by less than 5 points, 5 points or less, the Bills win the bet. They can lose the game but win the bet. That's the point spread. That's exactly what that means. Okay, you can win the game. You can win the game and lose the bet. That's how it works out. So you know, people don't like to pick winners anymore. It's too that they claim is too difficult. I don't know. With all the computer programming that's out there and the artificial intelligence that's around, it's possible. They're going to be using, pretty soon they're going to be using a lot of artificial intelligence to set the lines. And it's very difficult, you know, because understand this. I don't care how good you think you are, and this is very difficult to talk to somebody who's got an ego. But no matter how good you think you are, okay, somebody's better than you out there thinking about this, okay? The gamblers, the casinos, the betting institutions and whatnot, they don't lose money, okay? It's, you know, it's like roulette. People have been trying to figure out a system for roulette since the game was invented. There is no system, okay? You can win for a while, and that's just luck, the draw, but you're going to lose eventually. Ask Arizona Slim, the poker card player. They did 60 Minutes about him a long time ago, and at that time I think he said he had been a millionaire 3 times and he'd been stone cold broke 4 times or 3 times or something like that. You know, you can't keep gambling and win. The odds are against you. I won a small amount of money, a few $1,000s, $2 or $3, you know, like $3,000 or $4,000 one night in a casino in Atlantic City. And I got home and I looked at it and I said, I'm never going back. And I never went back to play cards again. I go back every once in a while if we're in the area. We'll go stop in for dinner or drinks or something or a concert. I'll go play some slot machines for a while. And that's basically giving your money back to the casino, you know. But that's just it. You know, if you go back to, if you win a lot of money and you go back, you're going to lose. These guys that are professional gamblers, they're not multimillionaires from gambling. They make a series of investments from money for gambling, but they have people they have to pay off, so they don't get all that money. They're paying people that they, you know, who pay for their room and board, their training, and everything else, you know, bodyguards, all that stuff, all right? So they get involved in other things. They'll write a book. They'll do lecture tours, you know, and that's where they make their money. That's their money. But they're not worth billions of dollars. I don't think there is a professional gambler that's worth $1 billion. I could be wrong. But a guy that makes his living from gambling, you know, not a guy that gambles, because every investor gambles. It's in our nature to gamble. When we walk across the street, we take a gamble. You know, if you walk against the light, you're taking a gamble. You're gambling your life. That's a very high stake gamble, but you know, everybody gambles. It's just one of those things. All right, moving on. I talk about Trump, but I'm getting sick. I have a problem, and I've been trying to get a hold of the Foreign Enforcement Bureau, which is handles my Social Security, and it's located in Santo Domingo, and I can't do it. They won't. I can't get them on the phone. They don't answer their emails. I'm going to do some serious research to find out if it's been shut down, because I think that's what Trump will do. I don't think they're going to make a big stink if they shut it down. And then I have to find out what's going on and try to get my insurance, my my Social Security back. Anyhow, that's another story. I don't know if Trump is suffering from dementia like everybody seems to think. I think he's got a massive ego, and I think he has Musk, who has a massive ego, who's actually in charge. Everybody thinks it's Trump. I think Musk and a few other billionaires are in charge. It's like with Russia, you have the oligarchs. Putin does few things, but he has a lot of people he has to answer to, and not a lot, but they're all the money people, the oligarchs. But he's still in a position that he can do them harm. Trump's not in that position anymore yet. Musk is in that opinion. They say that Musk is working for him because he wants to be the world's first trillionaire. Bezos is close. We'll have to wait and see what happens. Of course, Musk had a little bit of an upset when his jet blew up. So, not his jet, his rocket ship blew up. All right, listen, that's it for Sunday. We'll discuss the games tomorrow and whatever else is going to happen on Monday morning. In the meantime, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the like button. Do me a favor when you do that, okay? It doesn't cost you a dime. All right, we'll talk to you tomorrow.